attention, Duelist, to catch up with all things Yu-Gi-Oh! Across the previous week. Yes, there's news. There's some Master Duel. There's a lot of cards. And looking at the cards that have been announced, I was like, did I generate these? Did I will these? These sound like cards I would do. It's like, oh, who needs support? Bakura. Okay, who else needs support? Shark. Okay, Doom, okay. Just, you like those guys? Yeah, I like those guys. Those guys should get more cards.
And they're all yours.
Yeah. Those guys should have more cards. All right, let's get on to the Master Duel news, shall we? Because Konami have brought us 2 festivals starting from the 14th of May, so they're already alive. This is the previously announced Limit 1 festival, where the main mechanic of this event is that every card that is not banned is limited to 1. So you must create a deck under that restraint, although I remember people breaking that like day 1. So have fun with that. You can earn yourself a bunch of gems, a few legacy tickets, an event title, and this very lovely Magical Thorns field pop. Ooh, la la. Ooh la la la. La 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 la. Yeah, you also have loaner decks in case you can't be asked to make your own deck. Starting us off is the Coalition of Sagius Spellcasters, a deck focused on various archetypes which use spellcasters such as Dogmatica, Invoked Spellbooks, and Fairy Tale. Ooh. That's certainly a deck.
I love to see it.
Certainly a deck. Our second deck that you can give a tryout is the Alliance of Beasts, which uses the power of Tri-Brigade, Zodiac, and Ancient Warriors to, I don't know, try and win. It's got Scapegoat in there, so there's that one.
Ooh.
And lastly, from this set of decks that you can play with, we have got a new star is born from Apocalypse, which forces the player to follow the journey of Visas Starfrost as he goes from planet to planet. So Kashtira, Tailament, Scareclaw, and Manadium are in this deck. Hooray. So give that a go if you want to get some extra gems and spiciness. The second festival that we have had announced is the Fusion X Link Festival. Not anything of my creating, I swear. Similar to other duel events, this one will focus on using only fusion and or link monsters in the extra deck and nothing else. You can have access to this event from the 20th of May to the 29th of May, so you got a little bit of time to get a deck list ready. Or there are also loaner decks that you can play with. Starting us off on these loaner decks, we got Unchained Soul Unleash, a literal Unchained deck. It is just a pure Unchained deck. Don't we love a little bit of Unchained over here? Hooray.
I would imagine that you do. It's the dog deck.
I actually hate Unchained. It's really strong.
Yeah.
It's strong. It's strong.
Every time I think we've had this conversation before. It is so weird seeing that you don't like Unchained.
It's a link deck and it just eats the opponent. It does, but I don't know. I've got it built. I would have to update, but yeah, I've never been the biggest fan of Unchained. Let's see, if you don't want to go with a destruction style deck, you could try out Visitors from Beyond Oblivion, which throws together a memento list for players to try out. So you can enjoy a mementos based deck if you so wish to. And lastly, but never least, we've got the all-consuming Venomous deck, which is basically, if you want to be Yuri, you can play this Predaplant list. Go on, go ham, go psycho. Go as psycho as you want to go, chat.
Do the losing your mental health stare into the camera anime stare.
I love that. That's a real Yu-Gi-Oh stare. I love it. I can just picture it right now.
It's so good.
I love it. If you do this event, you'll be able to win some gems, legacy tickets, an event title, and these Alistair the Invoker card sleeves, which do look really good, actually.
Oh, dude. Speaking of losing your mental health, Alistair the Invoker of Madness. This man will not stop his special interest, and that special interest is bringing in creatures from beyond our mortal sphere.
Do you ever just think that he got Ash Blossomed one too many times? And this is the result.
It's not fair. I'm not gonna let this take it anymore. If I can't have my fusion, I'm gonna put the fusion inside me.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel this is his response to being Ash Blossomed. I think let him be. Let him be.
Literally me when I get my branded fusion Ash Blossom. If you even care.
Literally you. Oh no. So there's your events. Get cooking.
Yeah, we got a new shop update that's dropped and brought us a new play field. Pyrazine Cave is now available for duelists to pick up from the store for 600 Gemery dues.
It's cute.
It's very cute. Is this supposed to be... This isn't Gem Knight. This might be Adamantipator.
I don't know, it's cute, but I'm like, that's nice anyway.
Yeah.
It's
very
there if you
colorful.
want it. It's there if you want it.
Konami has finally announced the dates for the Master Duel World Qualifiers. The first stage of this will be held on the 11th of June and will run until the 24th of June. Then the regional qualifiers will be ran from the 21st of June to the 24th, with players having until the 5th of July to collect any rewards earned. More information to come soon on details of the event, but keep an eye out, folks, because this promises to be a doozy.
This is the same format as usual, right? You have to level up your duelist level and then try to get in the top. Is it this kind of thing, or am I completely off the mark here?
Well, it has a stage, so I have to assume there's some kind of qualifying nonsense. But because instead of going to a second stage, it goes to a regional qualifier.
But you know what's exciting, chat? The TCG is exciting right now. That's what's exciting. And do you know why it's exciting? Because we finally know what the hell is in Rarity Collection 2. I never thought we'd get to see it. Remember this bad boy that's been announced for ages? Well, we finally got sneak peeks of the Rarity Collection 2, such as unboxing of the cards in a variety of videos. So we finally know what is in Rarity Collection 2, which is kind of nuts. This isn't due to release till the 24th of May, but now you'll know if you want to invest or not. So we can do a quick look through the cards. Please notice the Aluba that you can get. I could get really high rarity Alubas, and I'm like, damn it. There's Blue Eyes Jet, so I could put it in the Dragon Maids. There's Blazing Dragon Chimera. Oh, there's some really good shit, actually. There's the 2 artworks of Rescue Cat in there as well. Droll and Lockbird. Blue Eyes Alternative. Okay, you do you, Blue Eyes. You do you.
They did kind of build this pack for branded players.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. There's some stuff in there that could tempt me if they hadn't have upped the price. I don't think it's... The upping of the price is not the best way to go. We also have a few more bits and pieces in it. Abyss Dweller's in there, that's neat. Phantom Knights guy, that's cool. Heretic Seal, that's cool. Access Code, Underworld, Goddess of the Closed World, that's good. Polymerization in high rarities, not bad. MST, didn't think I'd see that getting a reprinting in something like this, but here we are. Because you also, wait, you have Twin Twisters at the same point of having MST. Why are both in there?
You know, I'm starting to think that maybe the second Rarity collection wasn't crafted with the highest quality pool of cards.
Or it was trying to, okay, like MST, maybe like the Time Wizard format?
Yeah, but everyone has MST. It came free with your Yugioh.
Oh yeah, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess the high rarity MST.
They have high rarity MST out there. It came with your Yu-Gi-Oh!
God damn it, stop it. It did. You're not wrong.
This card has seen so many reprints beforehand. I mean, sure. I guess there's never been a quarter-century rare Mistress Space Typhoon, so have at it.
I can be moldy as I want with this set, but no, I'm gonna end up buying a box.
Hey, and I wish you the best with it. I hope you have fun.
I will. There's the rest. There's Skill Drain in there, which I feel like it's just gonna haunt me, and I'm gonna be bullied by it.
Dark Ruler Hades out here being all like, Doom, was that a monster effect on the field?
Not on my field.
I don't think so.
Not on my Yu-Gi-Oh field, god damn it. Yes.
Naughty, naughty, and then just eats your monster.
Yeah, kinda. Now we know what's in it. Well, I feel like not intentionally set to fail the reactions to it will make Konami hesitant to try another Rarity Collection. It's because Rarity Collection 1 was good. Rarity Collection 2, it's not... I don't know how to describe how I feel about it. I'm like, there's some cards in here that I would very much appreciate getting. But I also already have a bunch of Alubas. The only thing I'm missing that I was going to buy singles of was Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. So, do I really want to buy Rarity Collection 2? Which they upped the price. Upping the price was such a terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, you can say anyone can say like, oh, but there's more cards in there, you get more out of it, but like you're also paying more, so it's not a greater value per pack. It just costs more to actually start opening them, and that blows. That sucks.
It's not. I guess I'm just starting an Aluba army and all the rarities. I guess so. Yeah. So what's our general consensus here, chat? You're gonna be grabbing Rarity Collection 2, or how much is it again? It's like 160 euros. Is that? So like 140 quid or something, which is kind of nuts. Yeah, they shouldn't have upped the price. I'm like, the pack would have been fine at like the 90 quid a box. Probably would have been all right. But once you're costing me like the same as a box of like Pokemon, or yeah, you're just costing me the same as a box of Pokemon, and I don't think I'm getting the cards. I think it's still more beneficial to me to buy singles. The Lost Art promotional card, the collection is finally going live, and you get a free copy of Alt Art Eldlich, boy, if you spend £30/$dollars at any participating OTS store starting the 15th of May and lasting till stocks last. So get one as soon as possible and then send it my way. But this does include Europe, so the satellite is allowed something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're allowed something. Well, we're not in this promo. This promo doesn't say I'm allowed one.
Stay lovey.
Yeah, the satellite sofa. I love being a Nova. Get me a card and drop it on the floor so I can find it. Be like, oh, this is my kin. And I can choose Eldlich. Yeah, I just find.
Hello, Eldlich.
That's how I start my Yu-Gi-Oh journey. I'm like, I found this Eldlich on the floor, and I was like, wow, what swag. Those come hither stance, and I was like, yeah, satellite's allowed this one. Yeah, the satellite's allowed. It's wild.
The Golden Lord has the boots that were made for the walking.
I want to make them so bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, any Eldliches that cross my path are being put in jail. This guy's tried to kill me way too many times for me to let him run free.
But he's so sexy. I'll let him do it. I'll let him. He can be feisty with me. I'll let him do it.
You'll let him kill me?
I'll let him step on me.
Okay, well.
And you by default. I wouldn't stop.
No.
Look, if Eldlich wants to step you on someone, I'm not stopping Eldlich, you know?
Man, alright. I thought we were friends.
You're not chill with my Ojama brethren.
We knew this going into this. I've already set my boundaries on that.
Chat.
I'm already on edge because we got Gav over here flexing his little thing. Hey folks, remember that meme? Ask a friend for a copy? Well, they didn't. They reprinted this extremely important card that rose over $100. Everyone clap in chat because we're saved. What do you mean we don't get it for another 4 months? But the set that had Trident Dragion just came out. Yeah, well, you go ahead. You gotta spend $100 or wait 4 months. That is the choice that Konami has put in front of us. They are reprinting this card as part of the Dueling Mirrors tin, which is set to release on the 19th of September. A long way to wait for those who couldn't ask a friend for a copy. As one would guess, the community is in an uproar over this decision, with a lot questioning why it wasn't just reprinted into the recently revealed Rarity Collection 2 set.
Do we actually have to wait till September for Trident Dragion?
What?
All right. What person fucking said the marketing of this should be use a Trident Dragion? Has this card been printed recently? Is it accessible? No! But let's promote that you guys need it to play the new deck that we brought out that's supposed to combat Snake Eyes. And then we just... What is these ball drops today?
So, there's a lot of people whose key response to reprint discourse is to say something along the lines of, Konami doesn't benefit from the secondary market. There's no reason why these cards should be expensive. They should take advantage of the situation and reprint these cards in sets that they want to have sold so people will buy them. I am starting to think that maybe that's not the case. I think that there's some kind of black market, under the table, secondary market exchange going on here, because it literally makes no sense to me that Trident Dragion, a card at the height of its need and price, is not getting into the hands of players and products they want to sell. I live in an apartment building and I can't yell as loud as I want to right now, but I am confused rage.
Yeah, they're like, how do we sell the tins? Trident Dragion, let's go. And it's
Yeah,
like,
Trident Dragion. After someone pointed it out, the World Championship qualifiers. After the biggest events of the year, when those cards would be the most needed.
Oh god, it's so insane. I feel like every time we do the news, I always want Konami to be doing a win. I'm like, last week we had like the starter decks, like the tryout decks that were really good in the OCG, and they're really good price, and they're pretty competitive. They're pretty solid. And then this week we get Trident Dragion will be with you after the world events. Don't worry about it. So get ready to ask your friends nicely if you're fancying playing Tenpai anytime soon, or dropping at least $100 on a card. Those are your options. It's ridiculous.
All right, Animation Chronicle, arriving in the OCG on the 22nd of June, has 8 new cards revealed from various anime characters' archetypes. First up is Zexal's Quattro, the Gimmick Puppets, get a new main deck monster. Look at that, a handsome
Look at
guy.
him, he's so beautiful. He's so evil. Got a sexy scar. He's all evil. Let's go.
I want that hair.
I think that's my hair when my roots die out.
Nice.
I think that's just my hair colorings.
Quattro's new addition to the card pool is Gimmick Puppet Fiendish Knight, a level 4 Dark Machine effect monster with 1800 attack and 500 defense. If this card is in your hand, you can target a Gimmick Puppet monster in your grave or a monster in your opponent's graveyard to special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position, but its effects are negated. Then, special summon this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, except from the hand, you can add it to your hand, and you cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate either of these cards' effects, except Gimmick Puppet monsters. That would be pretty bad, except for all of the new Gimmick Puppet stuff that we are getting in the latest set, which makes the deck incredibly powerful and helps enable further FTK shenanigans.
Hooray, we love FTK shenanigans. You know who'd be cool to get cards next, since I'm apparently in control of this? Shark! Let's give Shark more cards.
Well, that seems wild. Shark hasn't had representation for a while, and they just did the Duelist of the Abyss Duelist pack a while ago. There's no way they'll add more of them. So anyway, Cutter Shark is a level 5 water fish monster with 0 attack and 2000 defense. When a monster you control, and no other cards, is targeted for an attack or with a card effect, and this card is in your hand or graveyard, as a quick effect, you can tribute that monster to special summon this card. And if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect, add a water monster from your graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn. And you can only use each effect of Cutter Shark once per turn.
Yay, Shark. Okay, since we're playing this game on characters that totally should get new cards, and apparently it's just characters Doom likes, because we're doing pretty good so far. What about Bakura Nova? What if we gave Bakura, of all things, new cards?
Bakura?
Yeah.
Bakura Doom. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Not only did Bakura also get representation in the Duelists of Gloom pack, where all of his Dark Necrofear cards and Spirit Messages showed up, they're also like one of the least relevant rival characters in the entire show. It would absolutely be ridiculous if they released, say, oh, I don't know, the Duke of Demise, a level 6 Dark Fiend fusion monster with 2000 attack and 1700 defense, requiring 2 Fiend and or Zombie monsters as material. It would be absurd. Outrageous. It would also be weird if it also, once per turn during your standby phase, had you paying 500 life points or destroying this card. It also wouldn't be able to be destroyed by battle, and you can only use each of these following hypothetical effects once per turn. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon a monster, and you can banish this card from your grave, then target a level 4 or higher Fiend or Zombie monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Do you really think that someone would print, oh, hey Graphic, how's it going? Oh, well, that's strangely on point with what I said. Wow, let's try it again. Spirit Illusion is an equipped spell card. Equip only to a level 5 or higher Fiend or Zombie monster. When an attack is declared involving the equipped monster and an opponent's monster, you can make that opponent's monster lose attack equal to the equipped monster. You can activate one of these effects as well, either fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, or special summon a doppelganger token, which is a level 5 monster with 0 defense and question mark attack with the same type attribute and attack as the equipped monster. You can only use this effect of Spirit Illusion once per turn. Oh, and it happened again. Wow, that's wild. Huh, that's the second hypothetical card.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we could go for 3 here. Spirit Shield is a continuous trapped card, and once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish a fiend or zombie monster from your graveyard to negate the attack. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that would destroy a card, you can banish a fiend or zombie monster from your grave to negate the activation, and once per turn, during the end phase, if you do not control a fiend or zombie monster, send this card to the graveyard.
Whoa, it'd be wild if Bakura got all 3 of those cards made. That would be so wild. You're telling me it's 2024 and we're finally going to see the Duke of Demise?
I mean, look, I thought it was made up, but, you know, the graphics don't lie. Apparently that's happening.
Yeah, it's wild, right? That's okay. What if we gave Reigns people more cards? What if we did that? That'd be fun.
Right. Well, there's a lot of cool Reigns archetypes out there. Armados Legio's, the drones. Are we getting one of those?
No.
Oh, which one are we getting?
How about Golden Allure Queen? What if we had that?
Allure Queen? Doom. Okay. It was one thing to get cards for Shark. They're a famous character. It's one thing to get cards for Bakura. They're one of the oldest rivals in the game. They are sinister. They have an old gimmick that needs to be built upon. Allure Queen is a level monster from the olden days of the game that has a single character. Oh, hey, look, Golden Allure Queen, a Link 3 monster. That's a Dark Spellcaster with 2500 attack, requiring 3 Spellcaster monsters as material. That's incredible. If this card is Link summoned, you can special summon an Allure Queen monster from your deck or graveyard, and if you do, this card gains 1500 attack until the end of the next turn. You can activate the effect... You can activate the effect that equips monsters to themselves of monsters with Allure Queen in their original names as quick effects, and once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can destroy a card on the field. Also, Allure Queen monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects for the rest of the turn. Allure Palace is a field spell card that increases the attack and defense of all spellcaster monsters you control by 500. You can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to take an Allure Queen monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it to your opponent's field. You can only use this effect of Allure Palace thrice per turn. And also, Allure Queen effect monsters you control gain the following effect. You can send this card equipped with a card by its own effect to the graveyard to special summon a spellcaster monster with 1500 or less attack from your hand or deck.
I see. That's cool. That's cool. Can we dance at this place? Could you say? Could we dance in the palace? Do you think?
Man, I do want to dance with somebody.
Yeah, I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah. Like Ojama
But the only way we'd be able to accomplish that is with Allure Dance, a continuous spell card. When this card is activated, you can add an Allure Queen monster or Allure Palace from your deck to your hand. Each Allure Queen monster you control gains attack equal to the attack of the monster equipped to it by its own effect. You can send one other spell or trap card you control to the graveyard to special summon as many Allure Queen monsters with different names as possible from your graveyard. And you can only use this effect of this card once per turn, and you can only activate one Allure Dance per turn.
Whoa, that's wild.
These cards basically change the game for Allure Queens and make them actually playable. I don't know if meta is on the table, but it does enable the entire theme in a way it's never been able to be used before. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of heinous nonsense people cook up with it.
Valid. Alright, how about... Alright, this sounds like fun. What if I take all of the cubic cards that chat want for some reason, because fuck cubics, and I will into existence even more cards for Shark? What if I do that? Wouldn't that be wild?
But we just had some cards for Shark.
But what if we had more cards for Shark?
More?
More!
Well, I'm glad you asked, because off of the Tales of Infinite Forbidden, the set which had infinite new releases, the set that tormented us constantly, we are already talking about the next core set's cards. Rage of the Abyss, set to drop on the 27th of June, and it'll be flooding the field with new water monsters.
Yeah,
like,
Shark.
Yo, what's that? What's that big shark over there?
Oh, that'd be wild.
I'm gonna pet that shark.
Yay, I love sharks.
First up, we have Trident Dragion, a rank 3 water sea serpent Xyz monster with 2000 attack and 0 defense, requiring any 2 level 3 monsters as material. If this card is special summoned, you can add the card Virtue Stream from your deck to your hand, and you can activate one of these effects. Either detach an Xyz material from a monster you control, then add a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your grave to your hand, except a copy of this card, or target 2 Xyz monsters on the field, detach a material from one, and attach it to the other as material. And you can only use each effect of Trident Dragion once per turn.
Okay.
And we'll be getting into what we can search with this a little later in this segment.
Okay, more sharks? More?
It's just what we're going to have to deal with. That's what the set is built on. And it's going to be number Chaos 32 Shark Drake Leviathan, a rank 5 water sea serpent Xyz monster with 3100 attack and 2600 defense, requiring 4 level 5 monsters as material. But if you're familiar with Zexal, you know that Chaos monsters tend to come with an alternate summoning condition. For this one, you can also Xyz summon this card by discarding a spell card and using a rank 4 Shark Drake Xyz monster you control, transferring its materials over to this card. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can detach a material from this card, then target an effect monster your opponent controls to negate its effects, and if you do, change its attack to 0. Change its attack and defense to 0. I'm very good at reading cards.
Mm-hmm.
This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Also, it deals piercing battle damage if it attacks a defense position monster.
See, why do I feel like number 37 Hope-Woven Dragon Spider Shark is crying a little bit here? Because targeting one and negating the effect and dropping its attack to 0 is a little bit better than what number 37 Hope-Woven Dragon Spider Shark can do.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm thinking that Hope-Woven Spider Shark is actually a bad card.
Get out of here.
All right, well, it was nice knowing you, folks.
Get out of here right now.
It was good to see you. Another episode of Attention Duelists. I will be seeing you, maybe never if I'm being fired.
How dare you insult my boy number 37 Hope-Woven Dragon Spider Shark?
Yeah, well, maybe if number 37 Hope-Woven Dragon Spider Shark did more than act as a glorified monster reborn, it would command more respect.
He just nukes their attack a little bit for you. He tries. I love him. A little bit.
Next up, we have Surfacing Big Jaws, a level 4 water fish monster with 1800 attack and 300 defense. If this card is used for the Xyz summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5. We see this a lot with sharks fish monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Surfacing Big Jaws once per turn. During your main phase, if a spell card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Xyz monsters. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one fish shark monster from your deck to your hand.
Look at all the sharks. There's so many.
It's actually really cool. The shark archetype has only been pulled together by like the fact that they're fishes. Hardly any of them talk about like shark as an archetype, so it's cool to have this. Now, this is the one that I think is the coolest out of all of them. Possibly in all of Yugioh. Drake Shark, a level 4 waterfish monster with 1400 attack and 1050 defense. If this card is added to the hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. This card can be treated as 2 materials for the Xyz summon of a water monster that uses 3 or more material. You can only use the previous effect of Drake Shark once per turn, an ability that has never been seen before in this game. And a Shark Drake Xyz monster that has this card as material gains the following effect. Once per turn, you can detach 2 material from this card, then target 1 spell or trap card on the field and attach it to this card as material.
That's kind of wacky.
Yeah. The anime is riddled with cards that make cards count as multiple Xyz material for a summon, which has been kind of ludicrous to translate into the TCG, but now it seems that they're just okay with saying, no, yeah, it's just another cop, it's just materials, whatever.
Yeah, now
but
we're
I
at
love
that
it.
point.
That's cool.
I'm all for sharks.
Next up, we have Armored Shark, a level 3 water fish monster with 500 attack and 2000 defense, and is always treated as an Armored Xyz card. That's right, we're opening a whole other archetype with this one. You can send a Water Xyz monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then target a fish monster in your graveyard with a level equal to the set monster's rank and special summon it. During your opponent's turn, if this card is in your graveyard as a quick effect, you can target a Water Xyz monster you control and equip this card to it as an equipped spell that gives it 500 attack. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn.
I feel like there's so many water cards already. I was like already struggling to keep up with all the sharks and all the stuff in sharks archetype as it was. And now I'm like, oh my god, there's even more. Jesus.
And now you have to keep track of the Armored Xyz cards. Yay!
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Next up, we have Surface Aqua Jet, a normal spell card that special summons a level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Xyz monsters while you control that face-up special summoned monster. If your opponent controls an attack position monster, you can banish this card from your grave, then target a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, and it gains 1000 attack until the end of the turn. And you can only use each effect of Surface Aqua Jet once per turn.
Poggy.
Very Pog, helps turbo out your fish, gives you an extra attack boost against a field with an opposing monster. It is Big Jaws plus the card Aqua Jet and their surfacing. What's not to like?
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, I know these cards.
Next up is Reincarnate Unveil Mail, an equipped spell card that is always treated as an Armored Xyz card. An Xyz monster equipped with this card gains these effects. It can't be destroyed by a battle, and once per turn, if this card battled this turn as a quick effect, you can return one equipped card equipped to this card to the hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, Xyz summon a Water Xyz monster. And once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the grave because it was sent there this turn, you can equip this card to one Xyz monster you control. You can only activate one copy of this card per turn.
Oh my lord, the sharks be biting.
I think it's funny because this is an equip spell, but it actually doesn't do anything while on the field. It gives the effect to the monster, so all that is coming from it. So, I don't know how relevant that is, but that's a fun little fact for you.
Oh, there you go.
Virtue Stream is a normal trap card that targets a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster that you control and two cards your opponent controls, and to destroy them. You can also banish this card from your graveyard, then target a face-up monster on the field. If it's a water monster, the next time it would be destroyed by a card effect this turn, it is not. Otherwise, its attribute becomes water. You can only use each effect of Virtue Stream once per turn. This is the card that's searchable off of Virtue Dragon, which means that you just get a Fry-type Icarus attack anytime you get two level 3 monsters together.
Whoa, the sharks don't know how to do that. They would never be able to do that.
Until now! And lastly, we have Xyz Poseidon Splash, a normal trap card that you can activate if you control an Xyz monster that has an Xyz monster as material. Declare one monster attribute on the field and destroy all monsters on the field with that attribute that are not equipped with an equipped spell. You can banish this card from your graveyard and attach one Xyz monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard and attach an Xyz material from a monster you control to special summon a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your grave to either field. You can only use one Xyz Poseidon Splash effect per turn and only once per turn. This is kind of just like a goofy board wipe. I don't expect this will see a lot of play, but if you're doing a bunch of rank up stuff, I don't know.
So there you go, chat. Lots and lots of shark cards. Lots of cards for our boy Shark.
But did you think I was done? Do you think we're finished with new cards? Chat, you're out of your bonkers little gourds. Because we've also got another legendary duelist pack, Duelist of Brilliance, and we've got another card for our good friend Mizar in the form of 7th Tachyon. A normal spell card that has you revealing a numbered Xyz monster in your extra deck that has a number between 101 and 107 in its name. add one monster with the same type and or attribute as the revealed monster and a level equal to its rank from your deck to your hand, then place one card from your hand on top of the deck. And for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. You can only activate one 7th Tachyon per turn.
Yeah, we got new Tachyon stuff.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's a new Tachyon.
It's a new Tachyon.
No. New Tachyons. Folks, we're controlling time. We're bending it.
It's some interesting cards getting support this time, but yes, we did a lot for Pyros, and now I guess we've got to use water to try and extinguish those Pyros.
Yeah, and if you don't care about being locked into only Xyz monsters, there's a lot of stuff you can search within these bounds. If it only has to check type or attribute, you got what? Fire, light, water.
And those were all the new cards. That was the Nova section of it. And I'll finish off today's Attention Duelist by saying, if you're at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Festival in Tokyo, you can earn yourself a new playmat by competing in the 8-man Swiss draw competitions, which are being held on the 23rd of June. It's a limiter removal playmat. That's kind of cool.
Cyber End Dragon looks like it's having a lot of fun here.
Yeah, it's got no limits.
None.
No limits.
Gone.
Absolutely none. It's absolutely having the best time ever. Just gonna throw my input in there. And that, yeah, it was a lot of new cards for the news this time around, I'm afraid. A lot of new cards as we get the new core set. Lots of water. Bakura got some cards. Honestly, overall, pretty alright with the cards we got. But that's the news. So if you enjoyed it and you want more of it, we do this every week. You can catch it live on Twitch, or you can subscribe obviously on the YouTube channel to watch it there, where we post it usually on a Friday. So be sure to make sure you subscribe. We're on our route to 10K on both the Twitch and the YouTube, so we're schmoving.
Ooh.
Halfway to forever.